Oh look, welcome back to the channel, guys. It's getting colder and oh shit, it's 65 degrees. Here, cold train. It's definitely gonna be a cold start for days here, boys. God, underneath. It's off. Yes. Need a high idle stick. That's why I got like half exhaust coming out right here and underneath. So I'm actually gonna pick up a piece of 5-inch flex pipe to fix the problem. Ready to go eat? Cause we hungry. So after the cold start at this house, which failed because the exhaust pipe was loose underneath, I forgot about after last night's videos we made. Oh, I gotta re-zip tie my mining shovel there, but that tire's deadly low on air. We're gonna get this thing pitched up, and I bought some flex pipe because we didn't have any flex pipe to deal with the stack, so we're gonna throw some flex pipe on it, and that should take care of the old el problema we got going on here with the flat nasty. Your nose is fucking huge.
Do what?
I don't notice how big your nose is. Look at this thing, guys. Jeez. Megan even laughing. This is Brad's pregnant wife. If Brad can get a girl pregnant, there's hope for the rest of us. We need to do an alignment on this thing too, because it pulls dumb hard to the right. Stop touching my fluids.
Your gearbox is leaking.
Look at that honker. Brad. So Cole is going to get the tires unbolted off the flatbed because it pulls really hard to the right. I'm going to get the steering wheel straightened, and then I'm going to start working on building this new engine. And I've got all billet freeze plugs to go in it, so I'm going to get all these freeze plugs popped out, get the B-late ones popped in it, which are right here in the office. They're new used ones. Kind of chilling right here from D&J Precision Machine. What? You gonna bolt them tires? So I climbed up on top of the office where I had some slotted rotors and some used calipers that I know are in tip-top shape, and we've got them swapped on the front of the flatbed. They're brand new. They're just kind of rusty from sitting for a while, and these hubs are actually new, used, good shape, so they're going on there. Compared to the old rotors on the front of the flatbed are just completely cracked, and I don't know if you can get to see the cracks in there or not, but they're just done. And this caliper I don't think has been working at all. compared to that side. So we're getting those swapped out, so hopefully I'll have some brakes, and then I've got some flex pipe to fix the exhaust down here. Hopefully this thing will adjust. You can kind of see where the exhaust pipe, which is right there, isn't even connected to the downpipe anymore, and it's been a problem for about a week now since I got the truck together. So while Cole's doing that, I'm gonna get the crankshaft set in this engine and start getting it put together. I've got all the billet freeze plugs put in it, the coolant bypass bolted on the back, and the billet front freeze plug right there. So I've got everything cleaned. I'm gonna get the door closed down so we can get a nice clean environment, and we're gonna get the main bearings put in it and then the crank bearings and start assembling this new engine. All right, Michael Jackson, can you see your hands? So we got the rotors swapped, got the other used caliper. Is this the one that, yeah, that's the new caliper, new used caliper that's in a lot better shape. Hopefully the brakes work better now. So they got the front end done. They're gonna get the exhaust put on it in just a minute. I've got the crank bearings all put in and lubed up, along with the piston squirters down in there, and the lifters all lubed up. So now I'm gonna get the crank picked up wherever it's sitting at, right here behind me. I'm gonna get it all cleaned up and prepped and all brand new, ready to go, and then we're gonna get it set down inside the engine. After much pain in the ass, we finally got the exhaust fixed on the truck. The downpipe wasn't all the way on the turbo correct, so we got that fixed. And the Flatty has got, hands down, the best and cheapest eBay rotors, slotted and drilled, on the market installed. So that being said, we're gonna tighten up the wheels, and tomorrow I'm gonna take it and get an alignment most likely, and hopefully this thing will brake and stop 100% better. Well, brake, stop, same thing. Brake and steer 100% better. And then we've got some pretty badass stuff going on this weekend. Maybe some four-wheel drive burnouts involved. So really don't have much footage on this video, so I'll probably carry this over to tomorrow, and I will finish putting this engine together. Actually, don't have a socket to tighten up these enough, so until tomorrow. Welcome back to day 2 of this video, and as you see in the thumbnail, the flatbed's fucking broke. We're on the side of the road, something like going on the transmission. So I'm gonna leave it here, let the tow truck come get it, because I have got so much work to do at the shop, I don't have time to deal with this piece of shit. So be back at the shop soon. We're gonna go get our parts we need and get to the shop. It sucks. Piece of crap. Let it eat. Let it eat. Floor it. Would you look at that thing in the distance? R.I.P. 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 Jeez. Tow truck is on its way to pick her up. We got shit to do, so it's just got to chill up there, broken down for a little bit. Well, I'm back here at the shop and getting this engine done, buttoned up. Gonna get the bottom end put together. Cole's working on Duramax. The flatbed should be here sometime soon. I called a tow company, just have them bring her in here on a wrecker, because I don't really have time to deal with it, because I've got so much to get done. But we're adding a second muffler to this truck, because the customer doesn't like how loud it is with a muffler already. So we're adding a second muffler to that, putting 2 glow plugs in it, and then that's done. Then we're gonna pull the flatbed and get it fixed, because I've got like a tug of war thing I wanted to go to tomorrow. We're probably gonna break it again tomorrow, but gotta do it for the views. So yeah, there's that. I'm gonna get this engine done. I'm torquing the main caps down now, and then hopefully the flatbed will be in here soon, and we can see what happened to it. Alrighty, I've got the girdle all installed from 100% torque down, ready to go. Crank spins nice and freely with a little bit of resistance there because of our assembly lube, so we're good there. I'm gonna get it stood straight up and get the front cover installed and slide the cam down into it. Then I'll work on putting the rods and pistons in this bottom end and get this thing buttoned up. I've got the head and the bed of the truck out front. We're gonna get it cleaned up and try to get this thing 100% done, other than some of the accessories put on it tonight. So YouTube, we've got the flatbed on the lift. As you can see in the background, we went to dinner and came back. Kind of at a standstill with that engine, as you just seen. We went to dinner, like I said, came back, got in a rush, got the flatbed on the lift, got the transfer case out of it, and turns out I destroyed 5th gear. I actually destroyed the gears in 5th gear. As you can see right there, I'll see if I can get her to turn. There are teeth gilded from the top and the bottom of 5th gear, so that doesn't really do us much good. And I actually stripped out the synchro ring back here. That's actually what let go. I'd say is what actually let go in the as far as when I was driving down the road, and then these have probably been broke for some time. So I don't remember when I was on it that hard in 5th gear, so that's why I got stuck in 5th gear. If it would have been stuck, I could have actually drove it back, so that's okay, whatever. We're gonna get the synchro ring off the back of 5th gear right here, and I might have another one laying around. If not, I may just weld it and say fuck it. And then we're gonna get this 5th gear nut off the back here, because I have, you know, that thing's been put on there a couple times, so I've got a couple used parts laying around. We're gonna get those thrown in here and get it fixed up. And I've got some helpers, so maybe I'll get them to hold the camera so I can do some filming. So now I got my sunflower seeds in, because I'm the only person that don't dip, smoke, or do all kinds of other stuff. I've got the broken gear that rides the countershaft 5th gear off, and as you can see, it is done ski. Got my synchro ring there, all the little synchronizer parts, and Austin's in here. We're taking turns on getting this nut off, because I have tightened it and beat it on there probably 9 different times, I'm sure. It is coming off slowly, like he's about to the end of it. And that 5th gear is broken also, but I've got some used parts laying around we're gonna throw in there and get it fixed up. And I'm just gonna weld this thing, weld it all up in there tight, and next time I gotta cut it off, it'll just be cut off with a torch, because after this thing, if it breaks again, it's gonna get parked and wait for the 6-speed to show up from Cody Albert with super stick transmissions. I'm under the truck, and I am fed up with having these problems of stripping the teeth out of the 5th gear ring back here, so I'm gonna weld it to the counter shaft. This transmission has done its duty and held up to more than it should have, and if I ever have to take it apart, I'm just gonna cut it apart anyway. So at this point, I really don't give a shit. So we're gonna weld the ring back here on the back of the counter shaft, and also weld the 5th gear nut, so we know it's not coming apart. And the next time this breaks, the truck will get parked, and we're just gonna wait till our NV5600 comes back from Cody Albert with a super stick transmission. So that being said, I got the wire, the MIG welder all fired up. We're gonna weld this thing up nice and tight. So I've got the 5th gear reaction ring. Cody gave me a specific name, I don't know what we call it, but I've got the 5th gear permanently welded. If this thing has to come apart because we break something inside the transmission or something else, then this has to be cut off with a torch. And I've got the 5th gear nut welded. The welds turned out like ass because the nut is some kind of an odd material, I don't know. So I'm not really worried about it. I don't care what they look like, as long as they work, it's all that matters. So this thing's all welded. I've got a cast iron rear case to get rid of the aluminum one, because it's actually cracked. I've got a cast iron one here I've had sitting around for a while. We're gonna get it bolted up to the back of the transmission, and they get this thing put together. Pretty much it. It's all fixed up. So that being said, I'm gonna get this thing thrown back on there, put some silicone on it, and get her done. So the flatbed is 100% back together. We just started it up. She's good to go. And I know you guys didn't want me to. I couldn't resist, but this thing is gonna look freaking killer. And you have to check my Instagram, Bruce_after_hours. And of course, go follow me on Snapchat, After Hour Diesel, to see what the truck looks like outside. Probably tomorrow when in the morning. So I'm gonna upload this tonight. It's like 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. right now, so it'll be up later tonight. But we cut another half a coil out of the truck, front end on both sides, and it is like literally an inch away from the bump stops underneath the front, but it looks freaking sick lowered on these mud grips. So we're gonna take it for a ride. You guys seen all the carnage from the flatbed being broken, all the gears from 5th gear, and of course it all being completely welded up, so we're never gonna have this problem again. And if it does break, it's just scrap metal. So with that being said, make sure you guys smash that like button. Chubbs and I have some pretty cool video ideas for this weekend. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know when we're going to get to do it, but it's going to be 6. You guys better be paying attention. And Austin, of course, has been hanging out with us. So make sure you guys smash that like button. Drop a comment down below on how much you hate me for cutting the coils out of the front of the flatbed. I'm probably going to lower the rear just a smidge more with some drop shackles. And hopefully this 5-speed holds up, because tomorrow we are headed to the Tug of Wars here local, and we are going to let it rip on all 4 tires and 4-wheel drive burnout. I'm gonna let it eat. Something's gonna break, or maybe we're gonna go home. Definitely trailering it, because I'm planning on breaking it again. So like I said, drop a comment down below if you're excited to see Chubbs in the next video of what we're gonna be doing with flatbed. I can't tell you. Maybe we'll drop some hints on Instagram, and follow us on Snapchat, Instagram, and what's your Instagram again? Austin_Hope with 2 E's. And we'll catch you guys later. Make sure you smash that subscribe button for the channel. Peace out.